Hello all and welcome back to my reaction of RWBY Volume 6, Episode 13, Our Way. And I like that in the redirect. Kind of sad this is not a 30-minute episode, but what can I do? I don't really know what's going to be happening in this episode. Some people I've seen have theorized that they're going to break the canon free of its almost casing. That doesn't really make sense to me because, you know, the stuff was affected from the inside, and it doesn't really look like, from what I thought last episode, like it was covering it so much as it burst through it and then continued spreading. So while maybe they could free enough of the cannon so it could be used as a bludgeon, I don't really think it's going to be operable. The missiles might, but that would be it. Some people think Silver Eyes, some various ideas of what's going to be happening and how this entire mess is going to be resolved. And what was it? The other thing? It was literally on the tip of my tongue, but I wanted to finish what I was saying. Oh yeah, there was this thing about how apparently they've changed the way the aura works, visually I mean, at some point, and it's true, then I'm kind of annoyed at them because, yeah, that does make a lot of the complaints that seem perfectly clear and obvious seem like, you know, massive fuck-ups because you changed the rules how this shit worked partway through. It was very concise beforehand. Why is the aura shining before it's out? We were only trained to expect that when the aura was out. Now, it shines just generally? How the hell are we supposed to tell if it's out? Of course, this is secondhand. I haven't looked into this completely myself, so it might be wrong. And, oh boy. Yeah. I'm never gonna. I already gave my rant on Adam and his strange followers before. Other people have also spelled out exactly why everything about the complaints about how Adam was handled is bullshit. And yeah, let's just get to the episode. See how the season ends. Yeah, like the other thing, I'm not going to be covering Genlock just yet. That will be down the line. Depending on if Chibi comes out for immediately or not, like it did last time, I might be doing that. Otherwise, I'll be thinking of a show to do instead of or in place of, this. Because I want to do at least one normal show a week, and Season of Life made it so that option's not as, option-filled as it used to be. I've got a few ideas of things to do. And I treat this like doing a TV show, so it's better than just a web show, like I do with most of the other web shows. I might very well be picking up with where I left off with RWBY. Not RWBY, but RWBY. Maybe not immediately, but yeah. I'll probably finish off the last season I watched, which was the anthology season. I was going to start halfway through, but frig it, I'll finish it off. Or at least get past that small arc I was on, because that was part of a multi-parter during that, and then Neo! And Cinder. Well, you can literally say they haven't lost their sense of style, either of them.
It should get us to Solitas. After that, you might want to try materializing yourself some snow boots.
Wait, materializing so it's not just illusions? Also, maybe wearing... Why are the characters wearing... The fuck? That's a new effect for her ability.
You know, Neo, someone once asked me if I believed in destiny.
Ugh.
And I'm happy to say, I still do.
Well, the new outfit design for Neo's is good. I will just continue to say, cold climate, exposed skin, bad idea. Now, I don't care about Aura. The only person who can get away with that is free at the moment is Cinder because of the fire powers. She doesn't need to waste her aura on keeping herself warm and toasty.
Blake, are you okay?
I mean, you are the one who wasted time with the robot, and, you know, got cocky and overconfident, and, of course, most importantly, you refused to even give them a chance to explain. Multiple times. That's another thing. Someone complained about Ruby demanding that Koro and just let them go last episode, when she was demanding...
This is your fault! Your fault!
Ma'am, what's your status? We need an answer. Over.
Your fault.
So,
I'm so sorry.
demanding she actually listen to them.
This isn't on you. But
Oh! You know what? No! No, I said I wasn't ranting. And oh my god. But I have to do this. Apparently people aren't shocked that Yao Yang didn't cry over killing Adam. Guys. You guys do know this is not the type of setting where the good guys cry over killing bad guys. Blake's an exception because he brainwashed her. But nobody else would have cried over his death. Like, I have to bring this up constantly, but they have already killed people! Back in Volume 2! I mean, do you think those White Fang members they knocked off the train magically survived?
that's all that matters.
They got knocked off the train into a horde of encroaching Grimm and explosions. They were dead. In fact, I dare say, of the group, Ruby's got the highest kill count because she was on top of the train.
I have to be the bad guy and say it. Getting the lamp to Atlas is still our top priority. And right now, we have the perfect opportunity to head straight for it.
Well, I'll give Maria a point. She is saying what...
No way.
We can't leave. Not like this. It's like you said. A huntress is supposed to protect others to the bitter end.
Ah, see, you three have gone your spines finally for this.
John, can you and Red
There were still some doubts there, but no. They've got the fire and passion for this in them.
I've got one.
Eyes up, everybody. It's back.
Oh, hey. It really is Godzilla. There's no pretending that's not Godzilla. They might have added a fin to the spikes on the back and such, but that's Godzilla. And she's probably not feeling so great about helping with what's happening. Because, yeah, this happening right at the moment she helped sabotage and such. Ah! Okay, that's cool.
Target stopped. Engaging. Over.
Oh, shit. God Zilla! Yeah, RWBY has never been a setting that where people do that. Care about killing the villains. It really is a magical girl anime.
No, wait!
RWBY!
We can stop it!
Who is this? Identify yourself!
I'm a huntress. My team and I are heading to the Leviathan and can weaken it for you to attack.
We can?
I can.
RWBY, when I said trial by fire,
I didn't weaken.
So yeah, the eyes. So other people have been talking about some ideas
have a choice.
for limiting or silver eyes based on aura and stuff, and
You will receive no support. Over.
to be frank, I mean, I thought we were fairly clear on the effects of using the aura like that. There's no way she can take that thing down
You're up.
with just the silver eyes. Like I think some people might have been expecting. But yeah. I mean, I'm not totally against the idea of linking it to the aura depletion, so she could only use a little. But this thing's the size of Kevin. Oh, that's nice effect. She's charging up for preparing herself for the power and for using the power, and her eye and the entire screen is colored silver.
Damn it. That's all I've got.
It's on the move.
Or I'm a moron and I've totally missed Prince. They're gonna have to do some bullshit.
Eyes on us, ugly! Is it working?
Is it working? Weiss is summoning a giant kaiju knight! Oh, okay, I was like sad about that. I was hoping kaiju fight with the knight. Well, let's hope this thing doesn't work on Weiss's summons. Yeah, this is a very trial by fire moment.
RWBY, hurry! Something.
.2D representation of the show before, and that penny picture is getting added to. No, not that one. I did not mean to see that.
What? Why did it turn away? No, 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 no!
She used Jin to buy herself some time.
I'm sorry. I don't have a question for you. I just needed a little more time.
I know. And while you don't seek knowledge, just this once, I shall give it freely.
See, she can even
allow you to use me without a question again. Even if this was clever.
Oh, that's nice. I'm stopping this here for a moment. That was really nice with the whole. I didn't think about it, but her wearing it would have drawn its attention to her. And she tried to think of her friends, and Penny, the Penny moment kind of broke it. I sincerely wish whoever I'm going to speak directly to RT here. I sincerely wish whoever you guys have that in charge of making the 2D art for in the show is the person you put in charge of making the posters from now on. I would buy all the posters with that art. I refuse to touch even the ones with the current one. They look like shit to me. It looks like good fan art, but it looks terrible for representation of the show because they look almost nothing like the characters. Sometimes it's really good art, but it's just really good fan art, not official. I am definitely going back and, look at her mom. We finally see Summer. Full Magical Girl song. We finally see what she did to Kevin. Yeah, no, this song is Full Magical Girl. Okay, she actually isn't of anything of conscience, so what... It's not defeated, but it's hell. Cordovan, you broke the arm off. Kaiju fight! Kaiju fight!
I was sworn
Wait.
to protect the people!
Well, it looks like she's got her spear back. Also, drill! Clearly someone's been watching some TTGL in preparedness for this. Where did the drill come from? I don't care, that's awesome.
Thank you. And I'm sorry.
The Atlas military can handle the stragglers.
What are you saying?
Sing!
I'm saying I don't think anyone would notice if one more ship went missing in my lengthy report.
You go, Cordovan. Yeah, it seems even she realized that she's not entirely blameless for this scenario. It's going batshit crazy over being taunted by a bag of cashews.
We should have just enough fuel to make it.
Thanks, Miss Calavera.
I'm being very serious. I'm gonna go back and find those moments because with the good moments was Penny, because I want those pictures added to my big file of adorableness, aka my desktop and save screensaver file. I don't just have RWBY pics in there, but generally the cute pictures of animals and such.
Great out there.
Occasionally badass images too.
Just don't go giving me heart attacks like that again.
I love you too.
You go, Crow. You turned down that alcohol.
You weren't half bad yourself today, Crow.
Hey, you're right. I complimented you.
I feel like they did all the heavy lifting.
But you were there to help when they asked for it. And you were there to catch them when they fell. Literally, if I recall.
Thanks. You know, it was pretty incredible getting to see the Grim Reaper in action.
You should have seen me when I was your age.
I'm sorry you went through that nightmare, but I'm glad Yang was there for you in time.
Oh God, it's getting to me.
We're there for each other.
So yeah, no, I know people aren't going to be happy about this not being a big old fight scene that lasts the entire episode. That's why I wanted it to be 30 minutes.
You petrified a Leviathan after diving down the barrel of a cannon.
Don't act like you all haven't done crazy stuff before. Oscar made a successful crash landing. He's a 14-year-old farmhand.
That was seriously impressive.
Top deflection skills, RWBY. Not only is her facial expressions there just hilarious in general, but yeah, like, oh, everyone's focusing on me and my crazy antics. Deflect. Hey, he did something today.
Stranded without you.
Thanks, but I've been meaning to tell you guys. I didn't land the ship on my own.
Osmond came back.
We're gonna crash!
Yeah,
It's going to be okay.
Osmond took control?
No, he guided me. And then he was gone again.
Does that mean he's been watching us this whole time?
I don't know, but it at least means he was looking out for us.
Hey, if you've never seen Atlas in person before, you don't want to.
we're getting a shot of Atlas coming up. Also, wow, that thing moves fast.
Is it
I shouldn't be really surprised, but I am.
No. I'll believe we've made it to Atlas when I see it.
Well, believe it.
Oh my god! It's a floating city! Half a floating city! This is not what anyone thought when we had Atlas. I love it! I love it! I love it! I love it! I love it!
Oh, come on. Place? What is it?
The Atlas Air Fleet.
Yeah, they're going. They've seen you, and they're going to.
Our ships were called back, but
They're set up like they're expecting an attack.
Manta 5-1. Welcome home.
Well, that's because Ironwood is. After what happened this weekend. This turning out so much of a happy ending there got to me a little bit, especially with Crow putting down the alcoholism, because how much he's had, well, not putting down the alcohol even for a moment. As much as I love the Drunkle Crow jokes, as much as everyone does, I also love that the show treats it seriously, as bad as it is, and I'm really happy he managed to overcome it, even for a brief moment. I love how happy Ruby was at that. And I actually did tear up a bit there. They weren't a lot of tears. Maybe if they had pressed the penny button a bit harder. I swear to God, if that scene with all the penny stuff had happened in V4, I would have broke down. I would have just straight up broke the fuck down. I mean, for Christ's sake, I actually did that a few times upon seeing Penny in that state. Well, time to skip ahead to the post-credit scene. I'm gonna miss the show again. As much as I get into with the rest of the fandom, as much as I complain about other people, much as I complain about certain parts of the show for originally, I know it's not perfect, but it's my favorite show. I honestly enjoy the act of watching it greatly. I love the characters. I've even grown to love to hate Cinder. I mean, I will greatly enjoy the day she finally dies. Oh. Hello, Mercury. What do we have here? An emerald. Mercury looks a little freaked the fuck out. Okay, not a little, a lot. This reminds me of V4 when we saw the Grimm. Oh, another Baringle. her learning what she does. Flying monkeys! I mean, okay, yeah, I know. I know I shouldn't be laughing, but because this is a horrifying moment for our heroes, because Bringos are pretty fucked up things to fight. They pretty badly kicked nearly kicked Ruby's ass, one of them.
There's an old saying.
And now she has an army of flying monkeys. But, yeah, she has an army of flying monkeys.
You want something done right. Do it yourself. Oh, that's fucking great place to end us on, jerks. Great place to end this on. I mean, on one hand, an army of flying Bringles is going to be fucking terrifying. On the other hand, flying monkeys. If we had any doubt that she was the Wicked Witch, that would settle it. Anyways, yeah, I'm doing what I said I would do. Seriously. Top-notch animation, drawing skills, whoever this person is. These do look like the characters in 2D. These are the best looking 2D versions of these characters I've seen yet. I did what I told you. I took a screenshot of it. I also really like the fact that not only is Jin capable of saying other shit when not asked, even if, it's more of a warning of, don't do this the fuck again, otherwise you're in trouble. She also seems, but she's actually does acknowledge it's very clever and doesn't exactly hold it against Ruby, just, don't do it again. It does show that, Jin does at least seem to like her job well enough to do that. It also tells me that whatever happened with Kevin is much more powerful than what we got here, also. Mama Rose. Yep, all the people who made her a older Ruby were 100% right. She's an older Ruby. Like, Jesus Christ. Damn near carbon copy. There is a few facial structure differences here and there. God dang it, stop. Penny's reveal and I hate my mouse sometimes. With Penny crying, which wasn't something shown in the original animation. You can see. Oh. No, I think those are tears. You think those are tears? I'm not entirely sure. I'll screenshot that after, because I have to, go, copy the screenshot down and such to save it. But, that was fucking fantastic. I don't care what anyone else says. And no, it's not just because they showed multiple pictures of my daughter in the episode. And what done with wonderful 2D animation. It's also because, I've said it before, but I'm not about the fight scenes of the show anymore. That might have been the main appeal of the show back when it was, complete garbage with nothing redeeming about it, but I've grown to love every other aspect of the show, so I will admit one thing, and that is I actually am one of the people who think they shouldn't have done tried to tackle racism with the White Fang plotline. I think post-Volume 3, Volume 3 to a limited degree, and post-Volume 3, I think they did a okay job with it, but those first 2 seasons, and to a limited degree Volume 3, tainted everything that came after with it. Just so hard to do a good job when you've already mucked it up so much. I just don't think it's something they had the skills at the start of this show to write. Well, so I agree with other people about that, but that's what... But back to what happened. I know a lot of people will talk about, how there was not a big fight scene. Oh, sure, we had some dodging of the giant monster, and we saw Cordova kill it. But, well, we already got the fight scenes the last 2 episodes. This episode is... If there's one thing I've learned, the last episode, it seems... Most of the last episode, it seems, is mostly for the point of finishing up the season and setting up for the next one. And I enjoyed that scene. I laughed. I got emotional. There were even some tears. Maybe not. Maybe having the picture of Penny on screen is not the best thing for. Okay, apparently my screen's off button doesn't work on that one anymore. I don't know what the hell not, but yeah, I'm not staring at that picture of Penny. And the tears I think I can see. Okay, finally got that button work, but yeah, you might have been able to see, but there was a drop or 2 welling up. It didn't go past welling up, but yeah, Penny looking like she's crying was enough to, and talking while looking at it, not a good idea. I really didn't like how it's handled. It doesn't look like it had anything to do with her aura here. It also didn't look like it made her pass out or anything, so it seems like the biggest limit for using the Silver Eyes is getting in the right mindset. That being said, I will say this, I am 100% confirmed on board the Ruby is a Magical Girl show now. Not only does Ruby's Magical Girl Power of Love moment have a beautiful song to go with it that just fits greatly. But, like I was saying earlier, this is a show where the magical girls where the good guys kill the bad guys, and you say what you want about magical girl shows, that happens all the time. I think the only exemption might be Nanohana. I'm not an expert about that series. In fact, I barely watched it. I just know the in-jokes and certain chunks of fandom. Well, I know some things, and I've watched and read up on a lot of details, but haven't actually watched it. But I know that one, the main character, does in fact not kill her enemies, but she befriends them. This is not that kind of show. Ruby might try the whole befriending thing first, but if that doesn't work, well, the only reason we haven't seen her kill anyone yet is because all the people she's tried it on are either more powerful than her or working with people more powerful than her. And kind of friendship blocking her. Oh, I'll say on this. On one hand, I do actually like Neo's redesign somewhat. It's a nice outfit. I just think you're going to someplace cold. Pull the jacket up, woman. And yeah, the green, her green eye thing, whatever, of her eyes is, even, clearer than it was before. Like, before, you could only see it for moments, but with her eyes closed that long, yeah, no, That's another thing she's changed. And of course, Roman's hat goes with her everywhere. And materialization. We always thought what Neo did was illusions. Could it have been something more than that? Emerald is illusion. Maybe what Neo does isn't just making illusions. Maybe what she does actually make something that's not there be there. Hence materialization rather than illusion. It's also changed the effect. The old effect when her illusions were broken or released or altered, we only saw it happen once or twice, was shattering glass. That might be the effect when it's destroyed. That's interesting. She might just be able to create outright convincing fakes and then use it on top of an illusion to hide wherever she is. Or she's really good at hiding and just uses that as a distraction while she hides somewhere in the distance. That's interesting. But yeah. It looks like we'll be seeing the culmination of what happens with Neo and Cinder next arc. Psychotic, it'll be a good while before we find out the ultimate culmination of what happens with Psychotic Ice Cream. And her itty bitty self. What else do I have to say? But these were... Yeah, I really did really enjoy this episode. I really liked a lot of things about this episode. Specifically, well, I really like that glimpse we see of what Ruby's mom looked like. And yet, that we finally see Summer Rose, which is what people have been clamming for forever. So, I mean, yeah, we saw a bit of what she looked like in that photo from a long time ago, but if I'm remembering right, she was fairly covered up. This just straight up goes, yes, she's basically an adult Ruby. Which is, you know, what people expected. So there are, I did notice a few differences in facial structure here and there, you know. They obviously didn't want her to be exact duplicate of what Ruby looks like at the end of the show. Might confuse people. She even has red hair, which is not what I expected. But it does prove what I've been saying about Ruby this entire time. Ruby's not a brunette with dyed tips. She's a redhead with hair so dark, it looks like black at the top. I've literally seen natural born blondes that have a similar effect. They look like really light brunettes, except the tips of their hair are shiny blonde. And I know they're natural blonde because they're family. Okay to get into it. Hell, it was me even. To a even lesser description. But that's not my point. I'm lost twice. I lost where I was going. I really like those images. I really like I did last season. I really like that image we had of Team RWBY. And that's the same artist. I have a picture of that on my computer, for Christ's sake. Because it's adorable. Team RWBY all together. well, not just adorable, it's also awesome. Like, that's what RWBY should look like in 2D. Why can't more people draw like that? Mojo gets it to a certain Mojo, or is it not Mojo? It's JoJo. Great, I'm forgetting what that fan artist / semi-official worker that is called. His stuff is perfect, but it's generally better than most of the people they have officially drawing RWBY art. But yeah, I do like how the story ended. We're finally at Atlas. And now we're gonna be dealing with the immediately follow-up of them sneaking into Atlas like that. Whatever confrontation with Ironwood. Whatever bullshit Tyrion and Watts are up to. Neo and Cinder sneaking in. Though I'm rather hopeful that Neo and Cinder actually fuck up what Tyrion and Watts are doing. Because that would be fantastic. Like, her just becoming even more of a fuck up. Before finally getting put down like the hard she is by RWBY. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I can hope. And I don't mind that there was a big fight scene, because we had a utterly fantastic fight scene for the last 2 episodes. Rules of nature were worthy. Oh, that's something I've been meaning to make a comment on for the last 2 videos, but I kept forgetting. That someone needs to get around the editing clips of those episodes together and then rules of nature on over it. Someone did, but the audio mixing wasn't great. But I'm glad someone at least did, because that's what was going on in my head for the entire time, and I just never freaking said it. But yeah. Yeah, now my eyes are itching. It's not tears, itchy eyes. Or, the area around my eyelids are itching. I find the best way to scratch them is to rub. Anyways, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with Chibi and everything, if it's going to follow up right after, if they're going to wait a while, when it's going to come on, and it's always an annoying thing about that. So, if nothing else, I might be starting up with RWBY soon. Which is, Red vs. Blue. It's a show I've been wanting to catch up on forever, so. And there are a few other shows. But, yeah. I don't think I didn't know. I really enjoyed this. At least they're the same subs. I think they've done a fantastic job. And like I will say once again, I am utterly hyped for the Flying Brangle Army, because on one hand, one of those things almost beat RWBY in a fight on its own. And while that might not seem like much, that was RWBY after she'd taken a pass upgrade between Volume 3 and 4, and was capable of doing some shit she hasn't been seen on doing screen since then. Like turning into rose petals, or the outright flight. She hasn't even done that since then. Which I'm starting to think just means that volume was a Monty-esque trailer where they exaggerated everything rather than an accurate depiction of what was going on. That annoys me. Because we haven't seen her accomplish a lot of those feats. Even though... Also, costume change B7. Costume change B7. Come on, guys. You've given the villains, including Cinder, a third costume change by this season. Give a costume change to Ruby. Come on. I mean, hell, you can't even say that. I mean, for God's sakes, you guys gave them a mid-season, one-time arc-long costume change in V2 when you were struggling for cash and keeping things up, and you can't do that, an actually good costume change again now, when it would be highly story appropriate, especially with all the character development everyone went through. Wise, Blake, especially Blake, and also she lost her jacket, so that's another reason to go for a change. I mean, and Yang. Her arm needs to be prepared so she might get even better a few upgrades from Ironwood. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm talked out for this show right now. I'm sad to see my favorite show go. I'll be glad to see it again next year. I'm not happy for what type of insanity hiatus madness unleashes on us. I can only hope that the various reactors who I like, who also watch the show, but haven't recorded theirs for this season yet, get to it soon, because now I'm eager just to see what their reactions to what all this has been. HighPriest signing out, and I will see you all next time, folks.